pull up at the house. She see me at the bus stop. She pull up the house. I said, I gotta make it to the damn spot. I gotta make it to the post office before 5 o'clock. She said, I'll drive you. So we pull up the house. I said, I'm going to get this package and stuff. So now I left the package. I left something, and I had to go back to the house to pick it up. She said, well, I know them people right there. Those people they go all over the world working. He said he was in Africa, but he didn't have nothing good to say. He was in Africa, but he didn't have nothing good to say about. He didn't have anything good to say about Africa. I said, well, what is he doing working in Africa? She said, man, he done been all over the world. This guy's a government agent. That's what I'm just trying to say. But it's some shit with NASA. But NASA. Going back. The United Water thing, if they can come out and say that they got to fix the water thing, that gives them the go-ahead when they start breaking up shit and tearing up the street and putting all kind of shit up in there for people. It ain't about you. It's for the masses of niggas out here that still drinking sink water like a damn fool. So when they go in, the United Water break down all that shit there, they can kill all motherfuckers. Because in the movie they said what? It's coming from Atlanta. And stuff. It's coming from Atlanta. So this is one of the keys with this particular thing here, with this particular thing. But remember, the return of Nomo. And the return of Nomo has something to do with the water. Now y'all, like I said, remember now, kidneys comes from the word echidna. You will find that great goddess Echidna, underworld goddess Echidna. You will find that in Robert Gray's Greek Myths and Carl Carini's book, Gods of the Greeks. And you will find that particular word Echidna in that particular thing. It's also called Melusines. There you go. Now that's the key right there. Why is this ancient entity? It's an entity with a mermaid, but it has 2 feet. Like Olokun, if anybody's in the Euro, has the same symbol. But it's called Melusines. And why is this connected with melanin? And why is the Melusines in Carl Jung's works, and the Melusines is connected with alchemy, and alchemy is the study of melanin. Melusines, mermaids, sirens, water nymphs, ash tree nymphs, and all these particular mystical beings and stuff is nothing but components inside of the human body. But one of the keys here is the kidney has to be some type of sleeping organ. It is the water. What it is it has something to do with some leftover part of us from a pre-human existence that they do not want to wake up. So dehydration is the fucking key. You see, is the key when it comes to black people. Not you. They don't give a damn, you know. They know they can't stop it. They know that the masses drink sink water. You see what I'm saying? And they gonna go down that road and they gonna eat the potato chips on one side of the road, potato chips, peanuts, and popcorn, which is sodium, and the soda's on the other side of the road. And stuff like that, no. But if anybody knows, you know this is a metaphysical thing, you know this has got something to do with a mystical initiation. Have you ever tried to drink, really try to drink a lot of water? This is a terrifying experience. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ever tried to drink a lot of water? It is something else. It's about like the drunk when you give him a glass of wine, he goes, whoa, what is that shit? So he's so used to the alcohol. So the water's nasty. So you know that it's got to be something, because a terrifying experience. You drink two tall glasses of water and try that third one and see won't you down to kill yourself. I had to drink 3, 4 glasses of water, had to go lay on the goddamn bed. See what I'm saying? But you be sick for about a good 10 minutes. You just be out of it. But when it starts to subside, you go into bliss. Now I knew something was going on based on the elements when I was telling you that the elements of the water, everything is inside of our body. I knew something was up, that after I drink the 4 gallons of water a day for 4 days, you know, it's a lot of peeing involved in that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you got some time off from the work, you'll get you some gallons of water and drink 4 gallons of water. And that 4th day, I went back to 1978, then I went to 1980, and then I could bounce around, and then I started selecting the years, and then I started going to some shit that wasn't even part of my I started going to the 40s and shit like that. You know. And see, Juju used to tell me that. He said, do you remember slavery? And I say, yeah, I do. He said, for the mere fact that you can conjure an image up in your head, means it's got to be real. Dr. Deborah Blair said that. If it's not real, if it's not, you can't perceive it, you couldn't think about it if it's not real. You see what I'm saying? And even when Marcellus, they said, where did you get that last cut? He said, I got this shit from slavery. You see what I'm saying? So I tapped into this and started going into damn time travel and stuff like that. I started going to time travel. And I got so good at it until I could take a tall glass of water and drink a tall glass of water and get fucked up. Get high. Have a buzz like a motherfucker. You can do that. Tapping in the bottom and stuff. Because remember now, we're still talking about melanin is in the lower gastrointestinal tract. There's a composite of melanin called carbonic ash in the lower gastrointestinal tract. You see what I'm saying? Carbonic ash and stuff like that. So, I didn't realize when the entities, I had some shit go down in 2001. They did some job on me. Not only did they hit my ear, they hit my stomach in the aspect of, I went and got 2 colonics over Christmas. And the only shit that come out, there wasn't no feces. I got rid of all that shit, colon cleanse and CKLS and all that shit during the 90s. All it was just straight gas and mucus and all like that. No, down in the particular gastrointestinal tract. Now, when you deal with the mythology, they say go down to the ravenous dragon and recover a pearl that resides there. Where's the ravenous dragon? The ravenous dragon is the colon. And up under the colon is this pearl, this seed of carbonic ash. But the key here is to get down with the shit based on water. You see, that's one of the aspects, but like I said, the other aspect is the particular kidney thing and all. This is very key. This is the most important thing, because the only thing that the Lavado entity came and said, I need water. So in so many words, based on the midichlorians that they talked about in the Star Wars The Phantom Menace, and these particular, what they call it, microscopic organisms, they're supposed to be cosmic intelligence. They need water. So it's a whole civilization that needs water. Now it's also in the ancient mythology of Shiva. Shiva destroys the world by drinking up all of the water off the earth. Well, that's what they're talking about with us. Drinking the water. This is the key to this whole mystical system that we're talking about here. And that we're talking about here. Now it's interesting here because some of this mythology, in Crowley's book on Atlantis, he said Atlantis means, the word, when they break down the word, the word means black woman. That's what the word means, Atlantis. When they break it down, based on the Latin terminology, it means black woman. Well, Atlantis has something to do with being sinking before the floor of the ocean and the water. So we talk about that whole concept of mystical entities that has something to do with water. But people are looking out in the ocean, but the mystical entities are inside of us, but they're dormant. Now, this brother, this guy here, in the book, The Hermetic Traditions, by Julius Evola. The Hermetic Traditions by Julius Evola. He alludes to something in here that we're going to also get into with the monster thing and all, what we're talking about. When we fell into humanity, because humanity is a condition that we fell into, in order to keep us on lockdown, they had to cause what is called a cosmic thirst. The pre-physical entities came from the great celestial ocean. Had something to do with water. The great mother was filleted and destroyed, and her body was used to make the earth. Mostly water. And so, to keep people on lockdown, they took the main wide body of water and they put salt in it. He talks about that in here to cause a thirst. The salt is to keep humanity on lockdown. That means you have a limitation of water. A limitation of water coming to the earth. So that's why civilization has to flourish by ancient mystical lakes and rivers. You understand what I'm saying? Also, why is it, even with the salt water, why is that they make sure that black people don't live near the beach. You see what I'm saying? And you go to Long Island, black people live on one side of the fucking island, shit be looking just like the ghetto. Right in Long Island, you see this shit, Roosevelt, Amityville, I've been up all up that shit there now. Look like the ghetto, and the other side of the damn island is beachfront property. And they make, come down, but they make sure that black people mostly don't live near the water. The only place where they had whole beaches of black beaches and stuff that they made sure they worked the last fucking 40 years to get rid of is the beaches of South Carolina, from Hilton Head, Atlantic Beach, and all that, which was all black beaches. That's what I grew up on, as a segregated beach. You see what I'm saying? Now that shit is all beachfront property owned by white folks. You see what I'm saying? And why is it that I also talk about the Jacksonville, Florida, the St. Johns River is the only river that runs upstream like the Nile River in Jacksonville, Florida. And why is it that particular river, they purposely pollute that river? The most of Jacksonville is mostly water. The river, the city surrounds water. Why do they pollute the river? Because of black people near that particular river, it's got something to do with the whole water thing. You see what I'm saying? It's got something to do with the whole water thing. So we dealing with that now. You want to take a break, or what you want to do? How you want to do it? It's on you. Let's take a 10-minute break. I mean, we can keep going, or we can come on back and get back into it, because we got a lot of shit to cover. So we'll take a 10-minute break, and we're going to come back, so we got a lot of stuff to cover. Okay. All right. Still on this dehydration kick. The number one role of the government is dehydration. Especially for the female, which carries collars. Collars are the substances that's throughout the body that I was talking about. Throughout the body, called collars. These substances, these particles, these microscopic organisms that throughout the body, but they also are secreted through vaginal fluid, and are called collars. Called Kallas, collars. This particular book here deals with it, which is probably one of the very hard books to get if it's out of print. This book, The Black Goddess and the Unseen Real, by Peter Redgrove. This particular book here, you can get it on the internet. It's going to cost you about $80. How much, brother? How much you pay for it?
I paid $36.
Well, you pay $36 good, because some places, it depends where you go. The Black Goddess and the Unseen Real. Peter Redgrove. He also wrote the book, The Wise Wound, on the whole menstrual cycle, him and Penelope Shuttle. Now that book is in print, on the missions of the menstrual cycle, The Wise Wound. But this is The Black Goddess and the Unseen Real, which is only printed in 1988, but this is one that the government basically just discontinued. You can get these particular books, but what he did was he made such a convincing argument that the black woman is the supreme mechanism of the universe. And this is a white boy from England and stuff, Peter Redgrove. And so this particular book here becomes very hard to find and all. Like I said, most out-of-print book search companies, you can get this particular book. It's interesting here, but it's dealing with the collars. He's dealing with a riddle that was given to Solomon. Now remember, Solomon is Osiris. Most of these biblical characters you think that really lived, like Abraham, those are mystical characters. And most of these biblical characters are mystical characters, like Abraham. You get Abraham in Hebrew. You get Brahma in India. Look at the word Brahma, descramble it, and look at the word Abraham. Same shit. You see what I'm saying? So these are ancient mystical figures that you can't think of, that Abraham and all these, some people started from Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, and all this kind of stuff here and all. And these are mythological characters that all of the ancient people had, that you keep thinking is some real mystical people like David and Solomon and Sheba and all. Solomon and Sheba is nothing but Isis and Osiris. You see what I'm saying? Amun-Ra and Hathor. Sheba, the male Sheba and Pravati in India. You see what I'm saying? Sheba and Pravati, Isis and Osiris, Aset and Osar. Solomon and Sheba, Metatron and Metrodet, Anana, and I can't think of her mate's name at all. Well, no, Martin is her other mate, the mate that she had the courtship with, called The Divine Courtship. There's a book by Barbara Black Cole-Tube on Sheba. And Barbara Black Cole-Tube. In this particular book, he says that they're called the lovers. That's the lovers in the tarot card. This is the reason why the number one key here is to make sure that the sister don't connect back with the black male. Because the only way that you're going to get the collar to be emitted, it has to be a black penis. It has to be a black penis. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way that the collars can be emitted. You know what I'm saying? Can't be emitted through no toys. Although the toys is good, too, for you sisters or whatever, for practice. Why? Because part of the emitting of the collars is attached to the G-spot. The G-spot. We talked about all this stuff in the last, I bombarded you all with this in 2000. But it was interesting because, I said so many things over the last 10 years and the people would eat it up and stuff. And as soon as I went into the tantric thing in 2000, motherfuckers lost their mind, and then we found out how well the Christian ingrained mentality is. We are Christian creatures. You see what I'm saying at all? The Christian creatures in moralism, steeped in moralism and mores and stuff. And let me tell you something. When this thing go down, when you get ready to go down into this, it's funny. Most of this stuff is not going to have anything to do with human behavior whatsoever. Human behavior is an illusion. As a matter of fact, here's a book that, like I said, the Flying Serpents and Dragons, the story of mankind's reptilian past, which is talking about the monster. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to do in a whole new paradigm tonight, as well as a rites of passage tonight, as well as a theology. And that is embracing the monster. And what I mean by that is you got to go completely against your human aspect of trying to say that my human aspects are going to be the traits that's going to catapult me into the next world. No. The human aspect is what you're coming out of. So this is what you have to fight against leaving behind. And what you're going to have to do is break down just about anything that you think is important to you. So I have made it a presence the last couple of years when people say, oh man, guess what so-and-so did, guess this and all. I'm like, it don't matter. It don't matter. You know how you don't matter? I said, it really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because it really doesn't and stuff, because we're talking about that type of coming out of that particular human bondage. And that's the key. That's the key. Human bondage, which makes humanity the enemy. That is the key why you find out now why black people are all fucked up. You can't trust them. Trust no one. That is the spirit world telling you that ultimately humanity is the enemy. So none of this stuff is going to come from the human existence, and that's why you have to accept something other than the human existence. I'll get into that in a few minutes. But I want to show you in this particular part about Solomon and Sheba. It talks about, and this is the stuff that we're talking about, and this has a lot to do with the water again. Because it says, in Peter Redgrove's book, page 69, it says that Solomon gives Sheba some outrageous riddles that's so outrageous that he almost fell from his throne. You see, Sheba, we're talking about the Queen of Sheba, which is Isis and all that aspect, from Ethiopia, gives Solomon, which is Osiris, in other mythology, a series of riddles that topples his throne. You know that whole riddle about, it's one of those riddles about, how many of somebody help me out on a guy gets in a wreck, and the doctor comes in and says something about, I can't save this person because it's my son. And anybody know this riddle? Anybody know it that they can say it right now? Anybody remember the shit?
Yeah, vaguely.
What is? Anybody?
It's vaguely. Something about...
The doctor comes up, the doctor was in the car wreck or something with the son. The doctor comes in and says, I can't save person because he's my son. And everybody's trying to find out something about why this doctor can't save the son. And it was the woman was the damn doctor, so many words. It's one of those brain things that, you know, based on patriarchy, we automatically think that the doctor's supposed to be a male. Well, the series of riddles that she gave him knocked him off his stone, but this was a heavy shit right here. I don't think nobody could have got this one. She said, what is the color of God? That was the first answer. Well, I guess that, he didn't even give the answer to that, so you already know. It says the black goddess in the unseen real. The next one was, what is water? What is water? He come to water again now. Remember now, the water is the key. Remember, there was one X-Files when it was raining, the whole show was raining, and at the end of the show, the goddamn water came alive and was fucking people up. The water was actually an entity. Y'all seen that shit? The water came alive and the water was, they was wondering why it was raining, people was dying, and the water came alive and was beating mold in them ass. And Scully in their ass and stuff. Yeah, the water came alive. Go get that movie Deep Rising. The guy said that you go deeper down the beach, and those entities, those dragon-like entities in the movie Deep Rising. That's what we're talking about here. Like I said, this particular book, R.A. Boulay, with a hell of a name, Flying Serpents and Dragons. This is a hell of a real scholarly piece to synopsis to make this claim. In here, Flying Serpents and Dragons by Robert R.A. Boulay. R.A. Boulay. Now it says, the second question is, what is the color? First question is, what is the color of God? The other one was, what is water that is neither in the air, or in the river, or in the ocean, nor in rain? The answer, the answer was supposed to be the sweat of a horse's mane. But it is a double riddle of woman's love. Whereas the other double riddle, where's the water that's not in the clouds, not in the river, not in the ocean, and not in the rain. One was the sweat of a horse's mane, and the other was the wetness between the thighs of Sheba. You see what I'm saying? He couldn't get that, like knocked his ass off. In so many words and stuff, this is a reference to what is called collars that you can get in most Indian mythology when you deal with collars and stuff. Which all again you gotta shut down the water because no water, no production of collars. A lot of it now. Remember now, Dick Gregory already said that the asthma was because the oxygen was not getting, the lungs was not getting enough water. And was not getting oxygenated because of not enough water. And also, Dick Gregory also explained that chronic arthritis is when the bones, the gristle and all that behind the bone, between the bones and the joints between the bones, does not get enough water. So, collars, which is the sexual transmissions or emissions, same thing, collars out of space, from the black woman. Collars, a digit of the moon, and as maker of bright and dark forenights. Our word calendar derives from collars. There are 16 collars of lunar fluids in the terrestrial science. They are situated in the organism of the human female. Hence the word Kali. Kali, the goddess of time and of collars. Time is the source of energy that empowers spacecraft. Now here it is again because A&E is getting ready to do something on Monday or Tuesday on the scientific aspects of the whole UFO shit. Is back up the question. And they get ready to throw this thing down Monday or Tuesday, on this whole UFO thing. So it says collars, our source of energy that empowers spacecraft. When converted into energy, collars appear as power to motivate spacecraft to enable them to travel in infinite spaces in a twinkling of an eye. So the word calendar comes from the word Kali, calendar, collar, and these lunar fluids, these particular transmissions. But you can't get that particular stuff if you don't have water. So it's simple. When you become dry or you give out a lube too fast, it's because you don't have enough water in the system. And with these waters, there are these deposits of these entities or these energies, these particular energies and stuff in this particular aspect. Just going back more and more into particular information, but stick with me now because we're going to get what we're really coming here tonight to get this particular part. I've made allusions to it before, but what we're talking about now is this is the kickoff of a damn theology I'm getting ready to go into. What's that?
Did you, the book Sex and Rockets, talking about a guy named Jack Parsons?
Jack Parsons, yeah.
Yeah, started, he was an occultist, a sex magician who helped start the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California.
Yeah, you also hooked up with L. Ron Hubbard, and that's where your whole Scientology comes from. Jack Parsons was a theosophical, he was a Thelemite, which is one of Crowley's disciples, and he died in 1947. No, 1945, I think. No, 1947 he died, had a heart attack. He was trying to produce a magical child, this procedure and all. And yeah, he dealt with a whole lot of stuff with rockets and all that type of stuff. Jack Parsons and all. He also, he did proceed in having this woman do a channel. They said there would be a child born on the earth that was a child born on the earth that would be some type of figure that would be more powerful than the gods above or whatever and stuff. And then call it the Babylon Working was the actual text that he talked about that. But also Jack Parsons was friend with L. Ron Hubbard, and so your whole Dianetics is nothing but a modified version of Crowley's system put into that type of thing, and that's what the whole Hollywood thing is dealing with. John Travolta, Isaac Hayes, Kirstie Alley, Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, and all those particular people and all is dealing with that the whole Scientology thing. You see what I'm saying? The whole Scientology thing and all. But that's where the origin of all that came from. And Jack Parsons was one of the people who was the partners of L. Ron Hubbard. But L. Ron Hubbard and both of them came out of the whole Thelemite OTO. Came out of the actual OTO. Now, which is interesting here because I was saying that the original feminine side, when you study one of the oldest texts on the earth, which is your Enuma Elish, it was interesting that particular realm that was taken over by the mystical realm of Yahweh or whatever the thing, when you have the male order, is interesting, but when you read the text, it was clearly males in that order that was overthrown. And that's why I was trying to tell the sisters, going back, because I knew I lost my train of thought the last time, but I was trying to say this. There's a group of sisters that's they want to exclude the male. Let me give an example. There were some sisters that started their particular group and they had a whole sisterhood. But there was a brother that was a financier. He was the one that was bringing the money. He was the one that buying the books. And he was the one, when I would come up to Philly, he was the one that was getting through loads and loads of the information. So when they put the sisterhood together, they were supposed to include the brother up in the sisterhood. But by them thinking that this sisterhood or the feminine thing has something to do, they thinking it's got something to do with the physical female. They didn't understand that beyond that, no, there is no exclusion. And so what they were actually doing is, with the book that you had, where they had the male, all the stuff that used to be in the matriarchal plan. And they said that the matriarchal plan was all inclusive, and the patriarchal plan was exclusive. They would exclude people. So when the sisters started excluding the male, they was actually following the patriarchal plan and not knowing it. They was thinking that they was countering the patriarchal or the masculine plan by bringing all the sisters together. They were actually creating the same aspect of that came about with the patriarchal plan, which was exclusion. So in actuality, they were actually exacerbating and they were actually putting forth the masculine realm. So I was like, this brother here should have been included in y'all realm. You see what I'm saying? Because it had nothing to do with the physical female. So they got that, and then they got the Queen of the Damn book, where the book She wants to kill all the males. Now clearly this is the same extremism of white people. You see what I'm saying? Extremism of white people and stuff. You see, so she want to kill all the damn males, but yet when you read the text, when the great mother falls, we get the Apep text in Kemet. It just starts with the birth of Ra overthrowing Apep. You don't get what happened before Ra comes in. In Hebrew, you get a group of entities that's ousted and then by God, but you don't really get what went down. You see what I'm saying? You do get it in the Greek thing, and you also get, but one of the oldest ones, the Typhonian, you get the Typhonian when it goes back to Babylonia, which survived. But Tiamat got a group of males that's with her to get overthrown. So this is not about the exclusion of males. When if we're going to do some New Eon magic, we all getting our ass cut down. All getting our ass cut down. And so what we just got a whole group of sisters are saying, the problem here is males, period. I'm like, wait a minute. Like the fucking black man oppressed you, hell, he don't lock down his damn self.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Hell, shit, half the women I know, I used to live in we was in Vine City, there was some college, they had a college setting where they had, we rented this apartment, we had Section 8, and we had college students. And one of the brothers made the thing, he said, all these sisters here is on welfare. He said, but they're handling shit. The welfare is designed, they still handling shit, they provide for the children. The goddamn niggas out here is a drunk and fucking insane. Ass all out. So my point here is, it's like Mahaki Madhavudi said, we don't need to get into this particular diversionary track and this plan to say who's more oppressed than others. Oppression is oppression, and the black man and the black woman are both oppressed. It might come in a different form, and because you can't see his oppression and stuff, because you have a certain oppression, it might come in a different form. You see what I'm saying? But then again, on the other hand, we're still talking about two oppressed people, and we don't need to get into that argument, because it's the same argument that they said that in Algeria, that Asa Hidd was saying, when they wanted to take Algeria, they went to the Arab, the woman, and said, you know, you got that veil on, now they are right. They had the veil on, but this was not, but see, you got to understand the political stance. They were not interested in taking the veil off an Arab woman. They were interested in destabilizing the government. So as a result, they got this big fight going on to take the veil off the Arab woman, and meanwhile they destabilized the government and came in and took over the whole shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the Amnesty International. These are things where you come in, they give you one political prisoner. But you got to give them all this information on the goddamn government. It's a spy organization. Then they come in and destabilize the whole government. You see what I'm saying? So then again, on the other hand, this is what's going down. There's a whole group of sisters out here and stuff. They're saying, this is the sisterhood now versus the brotherhood based on the feminine principle. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's feminism. There's a difference between feminism and the feminine principle. The feminine principle is all-inclusive and it has its own set of males. You understand what I'm saying? That's just African culture, goddamn. Now you going to exclude the African man? That's just African culture. When we say this shit, ain't nothing mystical about it. That was the African culture pre-invasions. So now all of a goddamn sudden you come back around, you up this motherfucker with nothing, no niggas? You see what I'm saying? Nobody screwing, nobody doing nothing? You see what I'm saying? No, so my point here is, that was just the African culture. So all of a sudden now, we got some new shit now, where all of a sudden now, you know that the white man is eventually to exclude the brothers. You see what I'm saying? So I say that now because this is some thing, but I say that now and I use the scholarship because I'm looking at the text in the Numa Elish, which is the text of the overthrow of the great mother, as Tiamat, land of Mayat. Tai means land. Tiamat. We get this, it comes up and we find it in Babylonia, but it is pre-dynastic Egyptian. And we get this particular thing, but in this particular thing, I see males, she's sending out males and females, and I see males. And also too, this is another thing also too. We can't look at the damn white woman and let her make the standard of what we think roles are.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is this here. Because the goddamn black man, because the white man is on the telephone pole, connecting telephone wires, The white woman say, I want to get on the telephone pole too. Well, goddamn. Well, good for you, but that ain't no damn criteria. Now you digging shitholes. So, because a person has a certain role, it doesn't mean that you're lesser energy because you copy the same role. That's the whole concept of alchemy of opposites. We're supposed to be opposites. You see what I'm saying? We're supposed to be opposites. We're supposed to be on the way in the middle of the goddamn floor. And you're supposed to complain about the shit. That's a bad example. What I'm trying to say here is the word love, or the word thing said it means a union of opposites. There's a book I call it Alchemy of Opposites. It's still in print. The Alchemy of Opposites. Opposites, if you got two of the same half, you don't have a whole. You only have a whole with the opposite. Some sister say, you sure don't think like a sister. I'm like, thank God. Why? Because what's the fucking use of you coming to my goddamn house? You know what I'm saying? You go to some other girl's house. You know what I'm saying? You know, we supposed to think, you know what I'm saying? So some sister master, I say, you know, I told the sister, I said, you know, it's about past your bedtime. You know what I'm saying? She's at a party. I said, yo, your husband gonna goddamn give you the beat down. She said, oh, no, fuck that. I done gave that motherfucker the claw. That goddamn remote control. She said, I ain't gonna have no problem. Shit, we got that AT&T broadband now. That shit got 200 channels on it. I ain't gotta worry about him for the fucking damn, for the millennium. But she already know. That's the opposite. That's the goddamn opposite and shit. You know what I'm saying? But the key here is, the point here is, the alchemy of opposites is, we don't supposed to be the damn same.
Right.
If the Kundalini energy says all of feminine energy, then it's got to have some opposite of the, if there's two energies and stuff, and you got two serpents and staff of Caduceus, you got to have an opposite. What the fuck? You don't need one snake to do one job. You want everybody to do the same shit. You don't need but one snake. You see what I'm saying? So it's got to be opposites. And my point here is also too, if it's opposites, it don't necessarily mean that the woman's role a lot of times is necessarily subordinate, because it's different. That's what I'm trying to say. You understand what I'm saying? You see them damn movies when then I had several movies like Mr. Mom and shit, where the motherfucker got to stay home and keep the goddamn kids. And the shit is a fucking wreck. You know what I'm saying? The shit is a fucking wreck. Now, not necessarily saying that all sisters supposed to be in the house and stuff, but I'm trying to say whatever these things are, it don't necessarily mean that you gotta go strap on a goddamn gun and get out there and kill a motherfucker. So they going beyond the shit. They gonna strap on guns and shit, and up on telephone poles and shit, getting electrocuted and shit, because they trying to copy that. So my point here is, that's feminism, and we copy that from the fucking white woman.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that we copy that from the damn white woman. You see, and it has nothing to do with that. And all you gotta do is go watch the fucking Animal Kingdom. Each motherfucker got a damn role. You know what I'm saying? Each motherfucker got a damn role. Of course, they say the male lion don't do shit. This motherfucker don't do nothing. He's ridiculous. This motherfucker don't do nothing. She do all the killing, she do all the eat, she do all the cop. He don't do shit, but just go eat food. Yeah. That's all the male lion. They say the king of the jungle, they done study. This motherfucker don't do nothing. Don't do shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to master that lion. I'm doing nothing. Not doing a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stupid at all. I'm not stupid at all. I don't feel inferior by not working. You know what I'm saying? By not working it. I don't feel inferior by not working this shit. Like I said, if I did have a job, I wanted to, so I'm laying in my bed and I can take my hand and put on something and do something that I have to do on the side of my goddamn bed. I would master this now, leisure shit. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, so going back to this kind of thing here, so we got a whole group of people, they're taking this thing and they're trying to think of something else, and it has nothing to do with that particular aspect. Now we do know, but that doesn't excuse the patriarchal thing with the whole male thing are not being able to break down to a certain level and stuff, but break down to a certain level and get rid of a certain amount of ego. But then again, on the other hand, I must address this, because the last 30 years we've been addressing the male ego. Because like C3 Manel said, you know the biggest ego in the world is a female ego? It would have to be she got more vanity and vain things that she has to doggone contend with. You see what I'm saying? So what we have done is we put ego in the concept of the male, and here goes again. The sister has ego too, it's just in a whole nother form, but now ego is attributed to the damn male. You see, so here it is again, this one-sided shit. The white woman has said the male ego for the last 30 years. There's an ego with females. We need to see that shit the way females interact with each other. I hate that bitch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we know that there's an ego with the female. It's just that this hasn't been categorized on that particular level because of political issue. You understand what I'm saying? Because of political issue and stuff like that and all. But it's still the same ego type thing. But on the other hand, what we're talking about here is the off balance of a patriarchal society that we live in. Going back, they were saying that now a lot of the prostate shit is brothers staying too far away from their feminine side. You see what I'm saying? So the prostate shit got something to do with that. But here again, look, here goes again. It has nothing to do with nothing that can't be remedied. But when you go to the doctor for an enlarged prostate gland, it is their thing to cut the black males automatically. The white ones, they will treat, they can shrink it, and all this kind of shit, because they know once you cut it, the dick ain't gonna rise no more. So that's policy. But the prostate thing is to cut the black males. You see what I'm saying? This is very key. And also, we know, here goes again, the prostate has something to do with the pineal gland. We know that now because the Hilton Hotema book tells us about the prostate, the mystical prostate gland. Now I'm looking at this shit, I'm going, oh fuck, here it go now. Here's some mystical prostate gland. You see what I'm saying? It is the masculine G-spot in some kind of way and all. You see what I'm saying? The mystical prostate gland. You understand what I mean? Is what this particular thing, I'm seeing all this in Hilton Hotema's books, and I go, oh shit, now it makes sense why all this prostate cancer shit is coming down the pipe. So we're talking about shit that's being produced to stop people. And with the black man, when you come up in there, they automatically have to cut you. That's policy. They cut you because they understand that they're still trying to stop the Osirian or the Sheba or the Dionysian energy of the penis. You understand what I'm saying? So they automatically have to cut you. That's one of the keys and stuff like that. No. But one of the other things is an enlarged prostate gland is to try to be more like this white boy and try to duplicate this white boy in his society with his mindset. The black man's prostate becomes enlarged. You see, very key. I got any questions before I go on? Anybody have any questions before we go into this other stuff? Somebody has some questions. So what's that?
You talk about